Hey, welcome to the Morning Mix podcast. This morning we reminisced about those back-to-school bashes and all of the big celebs that appear at them.
Yeah, we had like celebrities, whose line was it anyway? And then we had like sumo injuries.
Yeah, not
sumo
great.
wrestling. Very
You
weird.
can't get a celeb, you get knocked out. Yeah. We also found out that along with being apart from the start, what did we do? Oh, yeah, we learned that people are getting in accidents when they're on their phones.
Yeah, you weren't even paying attention.
Right.
You weren't paying attention because you were looking at your damn phone.
And we don't even mean car accidents. We mean like walking into glass windows and stuff. And Whip gave us a hot take today. We're all sick and tired of it, but it's happening around the world, and it has to do with cash.
Yep, found a $5 in your pocket. Cool, no one wants it.
Yeah, might as well send it to a museum. That and much more right now on the Morning Mix podcast.
Hey, this is Nikki from the Morning Mix, and it finally happened to me. I had the big HelloFresh box sitting right outside my front door with meals ready to go. And I requested the pescatarian box, so I was able to cook bacon and scallop spaghetti. It was so good. We had so much fun doing it together as a family. Do you know why? Because I didn't have to worry about missing an ingredient here or there or making sure everything was fresh and good. It all arrived that way, all together, each meal in their own bag, everything fresh and delivered for me. We also did a spicy shrimp soup. It was so fun. Half the time we buy these ingredients and we're like, what do I make with these? You make the same old thing all the time. Not the case with HelloFresh. They provide the directions, the recipes, and even different ways you can spice it up however you like. We're all strapped for time, so don't call for delivery when HelloFresh is 25% cheaper than takeout and avoids a trip to the grocery store. Get ready to have that box of goodness right outside of your door as well. Go to HelloFresh.com/50morningmix and use the code 50morningmix for 50% off plus free shipping.
There are many things in life that maybe we're all just pretending to like. And honestly, sometimes for good reason, because it's just easier. You know, if somebody's really going on and on about something, yeah, man, me too. Cool, should we go? And then, whatever. Mm-hmm. And I'm not saying that this doesn't mean that some people don't sincerely like them. People sincerely like Tarantino movies, and they like him, and they think he's, this auteur, wonderful guy. Great. I just feel like it's odd that everybody's, yeah, that's the guy.
Or
that's
sometimes you like the idea of
right.
it. Like taking a bath. Like, that sounds nice.
Yes.
But, I don't really enjoy taking baths. Like, it's a hassle, and it's weird. And then I'm just sitting there in hot water that's
filled
like
with
my
your own
dirt.
filth.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
And again, you may sincerely love baths, and we're not trying to yuck your yum.
Exactly.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But I pretend to like it.
There you go. See? Yeah. Willing to admit, right?
I don't even pretend.
Right? See, at least V is honest, and V will be like, no, my favorite movies are on the Hallmark Channel.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite movies.
Right.
I don't need the Oscar-winning one. I don't care.
They can't even act.
Yeah.
And I can't get
and
enough
I
of
love
them.
it. I'm here for it. It's great. What are the things everyone's just pretending to like? 815 IPA beers.
Oh, gosh.
Great answer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, there are people that sincerely like them.
Sure.
And that's
You do.
fine. I do. I
You love
sincerely like them. Sincerely. But I know plenty of buddies who are just like, I guess I'll just have it. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. I'm like, well, don't. Just get what you want. What do you want? Mm-hmm. What do you want? I want an Amaretto Stone Sour. Well, get that. Mm-hmm. What are you doing? Stanley mugs. Have you seen these Stanley mugs? They're like the big white and gray water mug. A lot of women are specifically are carrying around. And my wife has one. It's like, it holds like 2 gallons of water. And they're huge and they're metal and they bang into everything. Okay. What's everybody pretending to like? 708 avocado toast.
Oh.
I like this. 219 country music.
Yeah. Amen.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amen.
What's everybody pretending to like? 708 says Disney. Okay. 773 crumble cookies.
Oh, yeah. I haven't really had one, but the hype is like beyond with these cookies.
Or I would just say any of the like big bakery cookie places,
Right.
you know, like those chain type cookie places.
See, I feel like people pretend to like the opposite of chain-type places, even though the chain-type places might be fine.
Yes.
But I will tell you this about crumble cookies. I hope they're not thinking about sponsoring, but if they are, I love you. But sometimes they're a little much.
Yes,
like
agreed.
I love cookies.
Yeah.
But like if I eat like a quarter of one, I feel like, oh my God, did I just eat like a steak? Or,
It
like,
is.
You know what I mean? It's like there's just so much.
I've had one before where I feel like I just had a stack of pancakes.
Right.
Yeah.
That, exactly.
You're like,
Better
whoa.
analogy. Yeah.
What is everybody pretending to like? 847 jam bands.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Go ahead.
Well, no, it goes back to when I saw Dave Matthews Band a long time ago, and they're like 17 minutes into like a sax solo, and some guy just goes, F yeah! And I'm like, you're lying to yourself and to everybody here. You are not going F yeah naturally right now. You're doing that because you think you're supposed to.
That's how I feel about guitar solos. I'm like, can we get back to the song?
Yes, let's
I
get-
don't
yeah.
care.
Yeah.
Give us 32 bars and let's get back to it. Yeah, we're good. I like it. Swanee is personally offended. When his band performs, the opening, they do 3 chords. Bound out, chicka bound out, chicka bound out. And then he just goes for the next 2 hours. And then at the end, they go, bow, bow. Thank you. What is everybody just pretending to like? Hot take 219, sex. I like it. I like it. I honestly like it. I don't know. It's great.
That's pretty funny.
I don't know what my wife thinks, but
Right. Maybe she
847
texted that. Is she have a 219 burner
oh, man,
phone?
you're
by
right.
chance?
That is, yeah, that's
my
it.
God.
847, what's everybody pretending to like? Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay.
It's just a bunch of dudes walking through the woods for 3 hours, and they don't even do anything with that dang ring. Similarly, 224, Game of Thrones.
Oh.
I like that, yeah. Everybody keeps pretending to like working out. 847.
Oh, yeah.
Your boss. 708. 630, what are we all pretending to like? Jimmy Buffett. I just don't get it.
You heard one song, you heard them all.
219, what's everybody pretending to like? Beyonce.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Overrated,
Yeah.
according to 219.
Yeah, well, same person who doesn't like the sex.
Yeah. What's everybody pretending to like? Summer. I mean, come on. It's just as bad as winter. It's interesting. You know, it's a hot take.
When it gets to be uncomfortable.
Right. You're uncomfortable, you're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Whether you're too hot or you're too cold. 615, what's everybody pretending to like? The donation basket at church.
Oh, wow.
Again, you're
Yeah,
passing
like,
it around
really?
again.
I just
Really?
did this last week, man.
Oh, my God. I'll rattle off a bunch real quick. Kale. Jay-Z. Charcuterie boards. Hamilton. Getting massages.
Yes.
Chardonnay. Everyone's pretending to like Chardonnay. LaCroix. Vegan food. Sushi. Spicy food. My boyfriend's cologne.
Oh, man, you got to
Oh,
buy him
my
a new
God.
one. You got to buy him a new
Yeah,
one
get him
to do
something
that.
new.
Yeah.
847 fireworks. What are we all pretending to like?
Right.
Wow, so many hot takes here. Hashtags. We're all pretending to like hashtags.
Blessed.
And finally, from a 312, why do we all keep pretending we like Ryan Seacrest? So lots of options flying in here. See him on Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, I
This is-
forgot about that.
Wait. I changed mine. 815. They were the summer person. Wait. I changed from summer to crumble cookies, too. Those are trash. Okay. 815. Everybody's hot and bothered. These are the things that we are all pretending to like. Maybe tomorrow we should do all the things we're pretending we don't like.
Oh.
But that secretly
that
we're
secretly
like,
you
no.
love.
Belle
Yeah,
Biv DeVoe,
right.
you guys. They are more than just poison.
That's
Hang
true. We
on a
might have to
second.
do that.
Hang on.
From Chicago to your device, this is the Morning Mix Podcast.
The old back to school bash. They were trying to welcome you back and do something fun. Maybe it's high school, grade school, college. Whip had Dennis Miller. Everybody remembers him from Saturday Night Live, and he's a big stand-up comic. I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, big laughs.
He was hot for a while.
And
Yeah.
then short-lived NFL career.
He did.
Remember-
He was a Monday Night Football analyst
That's
for a little while
right.
too.
Yeah, I
in a
remember
very
that.
odd twist.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Well, you had Dennis Miller. Our back to school bash, it was literally, and this is not an exaggeration, it was me and my buddies doing stand-up. They had booked my friends and I to do stand-up.
God.
because Dennis Miller was busy.
Dennis Miller was over at U of I.
Yeah.
And so at Illinois State, they were like, we don't have Dennis Miller money, but we will give you a free piece of pizza if you and your buddies, and I'm not kidding you, do stand-up. So we each did, there was 4 of us, and we were each supposed to do like 15 minutes, and it was an hour show. Okay, great. So we do, it does not go well. It was not great.
Oh, no.
It was not great. And at the
no.
very end, this is how my set ended. I like hit my last joke and no one laughed, and it was like, all right. And that is that. And I walked off the stage.
So that you ended it with
I ended
that
it by
is
saying
that.
to dead silence. All right. And that is that. And I walked off stage.
Mine was so different than that.
I bet. Well, the rest of my buddies then held on to that phrase. And so for the rest of the year, I'd be like, all right, guys, I'm headed out. And they're like, yeah, that is that, right? I'm like, thanks, guys.
That sounds actually
Appreciate
frankly
that.
hilarious.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We loved it. Like, we all bombed, and we loved watching each other bomb. But it was part of it was like it was all freshmen,
Yeah.
and everybody's nervous, and you're too cool to laugh. I'm like, these are
Right.
good jokes.
Yeah.
Shut up. Hi,
kill
Andrea.
You made you stronger. Sorry.
Exactly. Hi, Andrea. Good morning.
Good morning.
What happened at the old back-to-school bash, Andrea?
We had an activities night, and I went with someone, and I ended up in a sumo suit, being knocked off the side and completely knocked out.
Wow.
Slow down, Andrea. Okay, so
Yeah.
you go to the big event, and they put you guys into, like, sumo suits to do, I'm assuming it's like the blow-up sumo wrestling thing.
It is. It's like this giant padded blow-up sumo suit, and I went with someone who I didn't expect to be so competitive, but he knocked me off the side, and I fell off the podium and just hit my head.
And got knocked out?
I got knocked out.
Oh, my God. Did you have to go to, like, the Student Center medical wing or anything like that?
I did, yes. I ended up with a concussion.
Oh, my
Whoa.
God.
And what college was this?
This was at Brigham Young University, Idaho.
Wow. Brigham Young says, hey, we're going to knock her out. That is unbelievable. All right, welcome to school. Where'd she go?
Wow.
Andrea? Hey, Christine, good morning.
Good morning.
This happened at Western Illinois, is that right?
Yes,
Are they?
Western Illinois.
Are you guys Bulldogs?
No, we're Leathernecks.
Leathernecks, great. Okay, so what happened at the Welcome Back Bash?
So I went for 3 years. 1 year we had All Time Low.
Whoa,
1 year.
okay.
1 year we had the cast of Whose Line Is It Anyway? And then another year we had Steve-O come.
Oh, my God.
Huge. That's amazing. Now, I get what all the other All Time Low, they're going to sing. Great, got it. Whose Line Is It Anyway? They do improv. What did Steve-O do? Like staple his testicles to his thigh or something?
Seriously.
I wish it wasn't that era. It was definitely after he got sober, so he did a bunch of stand-up. He was absolutely hilarious. He took photos with us afterwards. Overall, he's a really great guy.
Yeah. Very cool. Okay, so, man, it sounds like Western really had it all pulled together.
Yeah. Dang.
Dang.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
That's why she went 3 years in a row.
I guess so.
I did go 3 years in a row. I graduated.
And then kept going back?
yeah, seriously.
You're like, when's the back to school bash? Yeah, I'll come. I'll show up. Who's it going to be this year? Oh, wow. You booked Taylor Swift at Western? That's crazy. Oh, my God. That's pretty big. V, did you guys have it at UIC?
Yeah, we had a thing called Spark in the Park, and
Great.
it was like literally a huge concert all the time. And Khalid was my first freshman year.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was very, very cool.
He just opened for Ed Sheeran at Soldier Field.
Yeah.
He did.
I know. I didn't go, but I know it was happening.
Okay, got it. So
I just like drove by. I was
it
like,
was just-
hey.
there it is.
There's
You
Spark in the
guys.
Park.
That's fun. Did you guys do it at MSU, or did they just have like Magic Johnson send a video on
Yeah.
tape?
No, I mean, I probably was at a party when that was happening.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys used to do that thing called Blackout,
Yeah.
where you would just start, and then eventually you were like, I'm graduating?
Yes.
This is crazy.
Yeah, no, I mean, the only thing I remember is going to the bookstores would have those huge giveaways. Do you remember with the boxes full of everything? That was like the one that it was full of like deodorant and it was a
We
welcome
didn't have
box for
that.
freshmen, and
That's
it would
a
have
hint.
everything you needed. Yeah, it would have like so much stuff,
We didn't
and it
have
would be
that.
like mob like there
Oh,
because
man.
people would like you'd want to get like 3 of them. Those are
I
awesome.
remember having to wait in line to pick up my modem. Like, literally, one of the roommates, it was like, all right, dude, I'm going to go get the modem. And then I'd have to go to the student center with like my ticket. I'd be like, hey, yeah, Barton 104. All right, man, here's your modem. Have a good year. I'm like, thanks. And then you'd have to go back to your room and set up your internet.
Oh yeah.
That's right. 100 years ago, guys. 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Boy, has the world changed.
And
I had
that-
to walk 3 miles to get my modem.
That's right.
You don't know what it was like.
And that is that.
That.
The Morning Mix Podcast.
You're out there, you're walking, you're just living life. Everything's fine. And then before you know it, why are you on your phone? And you've caused yourself injury. It's happened to a number of people. So much so, we got a text, hey, they made this illegal in Hawaii. Wait, what? So I looked it up. In Honolulu, it is officially illegal to cross a street while fiddling with your phone or other device. This was the first major city in the nation to enact a so-called distracted walking law. Since it went into effect, police have issued 232 citations, meaning you got a ticket for texting and walking because people are being injured. They did a research study to prove it, and it's a fact. They've also said that when you are texting and walking, if you are to fall, the fall's worse because you're so distracted you're not able to brace yourself in any way.
Right.
And you get hurt more. Hi, Rebecca. Good morning.
Good morning.
So you were on your phone and you were so distracted. What happened?
I was texting, and I was in my office, and our office made of entirely glass walls.
Oh.
And I had a fresh cup of coffee. and I completely ran into the door of my office with a cup of coffee and had made a big bang, too, all down the front of my top. Thankfully, I was wearing this poncho so I could take it off.
Oh, my gosh. So literally, like, we've seen this in TV shows or commercials, but it actually happened to you. You walked into a glass wall and spilled coffee all over yourself.
Yes.
That is amazing. Now, let me ask you this. It's a hot cup of coffee. It's all over you. Did you finish your text before you cleaned yourself up? Oh, the kids are upset.
I can't remember. Yeah, I got my little 2-year-old here.
What does she want?
It sounds like I think I hear her saying, what's her name?
She's like, I want you down. I want you down.
Oh, of course. I find it hilarious that they've enacted an actual law in Honolulu. It feels like that's just going to keep coming and coming, right?
No, yes, more cities.
More cities,
I mean,
right?
have you guys? I hate to be this way, but I will. Have you crossed the street with someone who won't look up, and you kind of are like, okay, at some point they got to look up. They
eventually.
literally have to look up, and then they almost run into you, and then you'll be like, dude, look up! Like I yelled that at people, like, please look up. I mean, just
Right, you're crossing the street. You need to take some responsibility for what
just
you're
something.
doing.
Yes.
And it's like I feel like 100 years old when I do that.
No.
But it's kind of like I just can't imagine literally walking blocks without looking up.
No.
I've had as a driver as well. You're at a stop sign or a stop light, and it's their turn to cross, and they are at a snail's pace because they're texting or like looking down at their phone. I'm like, can we just get across? Like, just walk with some sense of purpose.
Right.
And get your ass across the street.
And then
you
they
can
look at
stand.
you like
I'm the driver.
Wait, what?
Right.
Seriously. And then we've all gotten work texts and stuff, and they're
Yes.
important, and I get it. You're the daycare's texting you. We all have to get to it, but it's like just get across the street.
Right.
Or don't cross the street yet.
Or just exactly.
Stand there by the curb.
Just wait for the next light. You're good.
I was so distracted by my phone since it's 7:08. I walked into the men's bathroom. Yeah. Oh, these look different.
yeah.
What are these? Hang on a second.
Let me get off my soapbox. I did that at the mall.
Yeah. And we are back to level. Hey. And 847, I was so distracted by my phone, I tripped while on it, and I fell into a tree box filled with mulch, pine cones, and pine needles. It hurt.
That's probably not common, but more regular than we think. Because they're just right there in the middle of the sidewalk, right? So if you're actually not looking forward, it's right there in your path.
Now, I don't know if he was on his phone, but remember a few months ago, the big Karwowski dislocated his shoulder because he fell into one of those tree holes?
Okay.
He might have been on his phone.
Right.
He also walked into a glass door and wasn't even on his phone.
Wasn't even on his phone.
So he may have issues.
And then at 563, I am not coordinated enough to walk and use my phone at the same time, thank God. And at 714, one time I was crossing the street, I was waiting for the light. I was using my phone on Snapchat, and someone ran up behind me and grabbed my phone and ran away.
Whoa.
Wow.
So you never know. See, another reason that Honolulu is right. Don't be goofing around on your phone.
That's right.
Someone might just take it from you. Drop it.
Pure emotion, he's never fake. Guilty pleasure like stepping on a rake. He might even make your head shake. Here we go with Hot Take.
So if you've gone to a concert venue or a sporting event in the last couple of years, you realize they will no longer take your money. By that, I mean your cash. Obviously, they'll be more than happy to take your money as long as it's in the form of a credit card or a digital transaction. There is no place to spend your cash because they've all gone cashless, which may not seem like a big deal at first since many of us use credit or debit cards or Apple Pay or our eyeballs or our fingerprints or a blood sample or a stool sample to pay for most stuff now anyway. But if I've got $1,000 in my pocket and I go to a stadium, I literally cannot use it. So stadiums all went cashless after COVID because they didn't want germs passing through the bills or whatever, right? The other reason they have cited is safety because thieves enjoy cash. Here we are in 2023, though. I don't think we're Lysoling our $10 bills anymore, and call me naive, but I don't recall too many stories about armed stick-up men knocking over hot dog stands at the United Center, right? So what's the real reason? Well, I suspect it's more convenient for them and also allows them to track you and your spending habits along with other businesses and the banks and the credit card companies and God knows who else, which is fine as long as I willingly subject myself to that. But I would posit that I should have a choice. It shouldn't be a condition of wanting to buy a hot pretzel at an Ed Sheeran concert, which, by the way, actually happened. I brought my daughter and her two friends to that show. What happens when you do that, parents? Their parents send them with money so they can buy stuff for themselves. So I let them go up to the concession stand while I sat and relaxed in my seat. And they all came back empty-handed because they couldn't spend their money. So I had to go up there myself and then charge it myself and then divide it up between all of them and ask 2 of them to pay me back, which of course I'm not going to do because that makes me feel like an ass. So now I'm out like 50 more bucks than I originally would have been. So I don't know who it's more convenient for, but it certainly isn't me, the customer. Meanwhile, at another vaunted Chicago venue, I've got my 2 kids and their 2 friends at a souvenir shop. They're all trying to buy something again, not with the cash that their parents gave them to bring with them, but with my credit card. Insert, doesn't work. Insert, doesn't work. Swipe, doesn't work. Swipe, doesn't work. I know it's not my card's fault because it worked 10 minutes ago at the shop next door. Could it be the card reader? The guy's very nice, apologizing for the machine, says sometimes it acts up. Meanwhile, the people behind me are getting pissed. So I say to the guy, listen, I got money in my wallet that would cover what I'm buying. And he almost went into a vapor lock because it just didn't compute. It was like the bots had already taken over and this guy's losing battery before my eyes. You mean like cash? We don't take cash. Luckily for everybody involved, he gave it one more go, and lo and behold, tapping it worked, saving the day. Because if it hadn't, I wasn't going to leave that shop without purchasing the crap that I have enough money to buy because your machine is bad and someone has decided American paper currency is no good here. In Chicago, mind you, which I believe at last check is still part of the United States. Am I right? Yeah. I'm no lawyer, but I honestly don't even know why this is legal. I'm wearing a shirt, I'm wearing shoes, and damn it, I want service. So in the mob movies, sometimes the restaurant owner would tell the mobsters, your money's no good here. That meant they were comping their meal. If they made those movies today, there'd be a pause after that statement. Your money's no good here, but we do take Apple Pay. That's it. That is that.
From Chicago to your device, this is the Morning Mix Podcast.
These are the Mix Top 6 things that we have learned about first dates after a survey was done by Canada Dry.
Dry? Oh,
ginger ale.
Like the ginger ale.
Yeah. They know about first dates.
Oh, no question.
They're there to calm your nerves in your tummy.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
It's good stuff.
Why?
So these are the Mix Top 6 facts about dating as learned by Canada Dry. And at number 6, it takes the average single person 4 dates to feel completely comfortable with a potential partner. 4 dates. Mm-hmm. So really, there are a lot of folks who are like, I give them 1 shot and I'm out. Maybe you should give them 4 shots. 4 dates. Now, a date doesn't need to be a big thing. A date can be a cup of coffee. It can be 1 cocktail. It can be bowling.
Yeah.
These are good dates.
That's true.
And at number 5, 31% of single people get nervous on a first date. Only 31. I thought it'd be much higher than that.
That's low.
It's like 1 in 3? Yeah. Nailed it.
Sure.
Yeah.
And at number 4, 34% of singles like going on a picnic for their first date.
Who likes going on a picnic at all?
Me, same. I hate picnics. I have no time for picnics. I have no interest in picnics. We go on them with the kids. I don't like to. Why am I sitting on the ground? I should have brought a chair.
Yeah.
Why I'm eating out of my lap? Was there a table nearby? We don't have a picnic table at this park. What's going on?
Why do we come here hungry when we only have snacks?
Look at all these bugs. Well, we thought this would be a good idea. We packed up all this good food at home where we could have just ate it right when we made it. And now it's been in a bag for a half hour or an hour or longer. Why do we do this at the beach? There's sand in my mouth now. I don't like
Forgot
this.
the napkins.
Brought to you by the Picnic Council of
Yeah,
America.
that's us.
Oh my
Yeah, we're very
gosh,
anti-picnic.
guys. For real.
Yeah. We better not announce a morning mix picnic night. I'm not going. I ain't going.
Right.
In at number 3, 43% of singles like a coffee date for their first date. Now we're talking. Air conditioned or heated, depending on the season. You're inside, nice cup of joe. That's great. In at number 2, 56% of people prefer dinner and a movie for a first date. That's a commitment, though.
It's a long time.
That's a commitment.
Yeah, it is.
But you're not talking during the movie.
No.
You know what I mean?
That's
yeah.
true.
In there. You don't have to entertain. You're just kind of like, and I think it's a good way to judge like how they behave at a movie. You know what I mean?
They throw popcorn at people and
Or
they
just
fart.
Yelling at the screen.
Oh, man, you farted through that whole movie.
That's good to know.
We
right?
are true. It's good to know that movies make you fart, and now I'm over it.
Do they clap at the end of the movie?
Yeah,
Is that a
their-
good or a
their
bad
cheeks
thing?
were clapping. I
Also,
know that.
sometimes you might not be talking, but you still have to entertain.
Right.
You know what I mean? The movie gets a little saucy.
Like tonsil hockey, you mean?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
and then it's like the awkward, like I want to be nice and let him put the arm
Right.
around me, but this is not comfortable. My neck is in a kink.
Yeah, I thought Oppenheimer would get us romantic, and I was wrong.
Right.
Son of a ding dong. I
Should've
thought this
read
was going to be the one. Should have.
Should have read the synopsis.
Yeah, I thought it was about that guy, John Jacob.
Jingle.
Heimer. But no, it's Oppenheimer. Oh, Schmidt. And in at number 1, 57% of singles enjoy having their favorite drink before they go on the first date.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, let me throw one back right quick. Now, other facts that are interesting. 80% of people believe dinner dates are the hardest to get away from. So if you're on a dinner date and it ain't going well and you're only at like the bruschetta, you're like, oh, man, I got to get through soup, salad, unlimited breadsticks, and an entree. Oh, hell.
You got to come up with a fake stomach ache
Exactly.
or something.
Like, oh, I got the trots. I got to go.
Yeah.
Bye. Boy, quick way to end a date.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, something happened in here. I got the old bubble guts. I'll see you later.
We have to reschedule.
Look, if you know it ain't going well, what do you care? Just say whatever you have to say to get out of there. You know?
The other
man.
person's like, now I get to eat by myself in peace.
Right.
This is great.
Oh, my tummy's gurgling something fierce. I'll see you later. You know you're not going to see him later. Now, this is the fact that shocked me the most. I'm not even kidding you. Your average first date will last 2 3/4 hours on average. Seems like a long first date. 2 3/4 hours?
So almost 3 hours. Is that
Oh,
what
yeah,
we're
2
saying?
hours and 45 minutes.
Okay.
That's a
Okay,
lot of time.
You get a drink at the bar, right? Like maybe you meet at the bar, have a drink at the bar, and then you go to the dinner.
Yeah, and then
Right?
And then maybe a walk afterwards.
I feel like that's if it's a good first date.
Yeah.
Trying to think back to my wife and I's first date. We had turkey burgers at Gaslight, which is a bar that is no longer there. Like Racine and Fullerton, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we were together for like
Yeah.
2 and some odd hours. All right, sounds about right.
You didn't get the trots?
I did not get the trots on that date.
Not the
No.
turkey
Now,
trot. It could have been a run
Right.
that you did on a different day, though.
That's right. We've been together 13 years. I've had the trot since, but never to get away from her. If anything, it brought us closer. You know what I mean? Because she had to help me through it.
Testing 1 2 1 2. Sound check. Sound check. This is Nikki's sound check on the morning mix.
It's kind of a sad story, but it's just interesting. So James Blunt is working on a new song. It's called Dark Thought. It's about Carrie Fisher. They were apparently really good friends.
I didn't know that.
I don't think any of us knew that. It's just kind of an interesting thing. Apparently, they were close, and he planned on writing it while she was alive, but it didn't happen. So he just got around to doing the song and said it's about the moment when, after she died, he went back to her gate and was knocking on her gate and was really sad. So they are apparently really close.
Wow.
I just find that friendship so unique. But yeah, so look for that. It'll be called Dark Thought.
Wow. Yeah, there are a lot of those surprise Hollywood relationships you learn about over time.
Yeah, you're
Oh,
like, how
geez, I don't know, they were
did they
friends.
get together? Right?
Yeah,
It's interesting. And then Violetta and I were talking about this earlier. So, Beyonce, she's been coming to town. She's been doing all this stuff. And she experienced what Taylor did as well with these rain delays, right? These storms
Yeah.
come through. Sometimes, it really affects the whole show.
The show can't go on. It's got to pause and wait, and then it takes forever.
Yep, and that's what happened in D.C. On the 6th. So, because everybody had to wait it out, they had to shelter in place because it was thunderstorms. Beyonce went and paid $100,000 to keep the trains and train stations open later.
Whoa.
So that after the show, the people could get home.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's really nice. I mean, so it was like an hour delay, and then they stayed, because normally they close at like 10, and
Yeah.
she like paid extra for the service to run until 11.
And it was 98 stations she paid to keep open.
Whoa.
So that was actually from her budget. But that's just a cool thing to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because think about the surcharges.
There
after
was
that.
one guy that
Like-
ran one of the stations who had plans, though, and he was a little upset. No, I'm just kidding.
Exactly. Like, wait a minute. I'm
Oh.
scheduled till 10. I'm supposed to stay here till 11?
I
No, I
got
got
a
a
date.
hot coffee
You know what?
date.
Queen Bee said you got to stay. She's
Yeah.
going to pay
He's like,
for it.
Oh, man, can she pay for the date? Because it's supposed to be 2.5 hours long.
Seriously, can she explain to my girl why I'm not there?
To my
'Cause
girl.
She's going to have questions.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, sure, you're working late. Beyonce paid you extra.
okay, yeah.
What a can of worms this opens up.
Yeah, poor Beyonce. I love it. She does one thing nice, and we're all like, let's find a way to crap on that.
No.
That's my job.
And you excel.
Perfect.
Yes, you do.
Okay, so Shine Down. They stopped into the studio on Monday, and they're just great guys. So the quick backstory: they brought their own sound guy in, they brought a whole board in, they did all the stuff, and they were running late. So the sound people were not the band.
Yeah, no,
So
the guy had to update his iPad.
Yeah,
The whole problem.
I had to hang out. I say had because I didn't know I'd have this much time with Shine Down.
Yeah.
It ended up working out great. So we did a podcast together. We hung out. We talked about food. Zach from
from the band, is a huge fan of Buddy's Pizza in Detroit. So I know you can't wait to hear more about that.
Yeah, so there's a 12-minute special podcast
About
you
the
can hear.
brick cheese.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
I
They
know.
did talk-
I know.
no.
You told me.
Yeah.
Started with Peace. It started with Peace here in the city, and then
Peas?
Peace Pizza.
Peace Pizza.
I thought it started with peas. I swear to God.
No,
Yeah.
Peace.
You haven't had a Peas Pizza?
I don't know. Bond over peas.
What
You
did
said he liked
Beyonce
food.
do now? Oh my God, no. So Peace Pizza, owned by the Cheap Trick guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Rick Nielsen,
Thank
Tom
you.
Peterson, Robin Zander, the Bunny Carlos.
Hey, we're not on Beach Shazam. Calm down.
I don't know which one it is.
Okay, you know what? Let's just go with the song.
Yes.
Yeah.
If
We
you
need to
want to
relax.
hear, if you want to hear Nikki's full interview with Shinedown,
Yeah.
get that on the Morning Mix podcast. It's available for you now. Just text podcast to 312-233-1019.
The Morning Mix Flash Briefing with Violetta.
There is a new Reddit trend that opens up the conversation about stuff that kids can do that adults normally can't anymore. But as you go through it, it's like really funny. There's 3 top answers. Wearing pajamas all day long. Sleeping or napping in the weirdest positions and even while playing or eating.
Yep.
And then lastly, hula hooping. You just lose that when you become an adult. We tested it out here ourselves. We attempted to hula hoop. Chris, Nikki, Whip, and I. You can go check out that video at 1019 Mix Chicago. I think it's pretty funny.
Yeah. One of us is good at it, and the
Yeah.
rest of us were there.
One of us kind of knew they
Yeah.
had a particular set of skills.
Yeah, I felt a little set up.
Oh,
We should have done napping in weird positions.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
With
That's
that we would
tomorrow.
have.
Come on.
That we
Wearing
would have crushed.
pajamas.
Yep.
I had a chance at that one.
Yeah, I thought of it. God.
The next one that's trending right now, a lot of couples are going to relate to this one. If one person in your couple constantly makes one of you late or both of you late, this is for you.
We're gonna be late. Reservation is at 8. Your makeup looks great. We gotta go now right away. We're not gonna make our reservations can't be changed. My head turns to gray. Waiting every single day.
There you go.
Yep, this couple going viral right now on TikTok with that song. And some big news. I know Chris is excited
Let's
for.
go. Let's
The
go.
Red Bull Show Run is coming to Chicago next month.
Yeah.
That's the Formula One Grand Prix winning race car. It's called the RB7. They're going to be showing the speed and agility in a 2,000-foot temporary pop-up circuit. It's going to be near the United Center in the parking lots there and along Madison Street. So that
guys.
is going to be shut down. Chris is very, very excited for this.
right.
It is free if you want to
Yes.
go, but you have to register if you're planning on attending that. It's happening September 29th, 6:30 to 8:30.
Get ready, baby. I told V, I was like, yes, report the story, but first let me reserve my tickets.
Yeah.
So I did that. It's
Good
free.
point,
It's totally
yeah.
free. It's all through Eventbrite.
Oh.
Put in your name and your email, and they'll send you the tickets, but they have to limit the amount of people. So get them. They're free.
I know.
Woo! It's
Oh,
going to
you're
be
already
awesome.
in. Already in.
September 29th.
Man.
But you made a good point. You don't know who's going to be
Yeah,
driving.
I don't think it'll be Max Verstappen or Checo, Sergio Perez. They're drivers for Red Bull. You guys all
Right.
know, obviously.
Yeah,
Duh, sorry. But you know, their backup driver was Daniel Ricciardo, and now he's my favorite driver. But now he's driving for AlphaTauri, so I don't think it's going to be him either. It might just be some schmuck we don't know, but that doesn't matter. They'll have on a helmet, and you can say it's anybody you want.
And the race, the Red Bull is the Formula One on Netflix. That's the car that was driven in it, right? Like it's based on that car?
Yeah, so every year they have a new car. So if
Right.
this just really is RB7, right now they're on like RB20.
Whoa.
So it's an older one.
Reserve your tickets if you're interested.
That's right.
I just keep hearing Arby's.
Yeah,
Arby's.
Arby's. Yeah, they have the meats.
That's
They
your
sure
flash
do.
briefing.
All right, thank you for joining us for the Morning Mix podcast. Make sure you rate, review, like, and follow this podcast. You can also follow us on social at 1019 Mix Chicago. And we will see you tomorrow on the Morning Mix.